Here we are. My name is Gazieg, and I think Cotters will be joining me in a few moments. But for now, we'll take a look at the standings. This will be round 13 of the Season 6 Emerald Championship. Let me pull up the chat so I can see if there's anyone even there. Right now, we have Wisp with a commanding lead over the championship, and the Red Bull is also leading in the constructors. I think we'll be good to ready up in a few moments so we can get going for the Belgian Grand Prix. We have 19 drivers today. We have some new faces on the grid this week. We have Axel taking over a full-time seat, Lucas Alvarez, Farrell taking over an Alfa Romeo. Be exciting to see how they do today. Hopefully Cotters can get in here soon. And hello to everyone in the chat watching. This is Tier 2 action, MRL Season 6. Just readying up into the lobby right now. Hello, Wildy. Wonder if we'll be seeing any rain today. Rain is usually on the forecast for Belgium. And what's cool about this track is from how long it is. Sometimes it can be raining in one part of the circuit while the other part is completely dry. So it depends. But in the game, I think it's universal. If it's raining, the entire track is wet. It looks cloudy and overcasty, but no rain. Pull up everything we need. We'll see which driver is the first to leave the pits. Going through the grid, we have Domi in the McLaren. Farrell taking over in Alfa Romeo. We have Psycho, Domi's teammate. Remco Van Putten, the second place driver in the championship in Alpine. Doni in the AlphaTauri. We have Lucas Alvarez taking over full time in the Mercedes. And the game just takes us on board with the McLaren right away. Yeah. I don't know how. Can you edit the title while you're in mid broadcast? I'm not sure. Might have to change it after Wildy. So we have Pookie in the Ferrari, being teammates with Freeware, my co-MRL admin. Then we have X Gerson G in Haas. Yeah, Sato Gott in the Williams. We have Axel in Haas, one of the other new drivers on the grid. We have Gian. And we have This Is Repeat in AlphaTauri. Dason making his long-awaited return in Mercedes full-time. We have MBS in Aston Martin. Polypunk in the Alpine. Wisp and Arturo in the Red Bulls. And Luktra in the Aston Martin. Thank you for the help in the chat. I'll try that command. Oh, no. I guess you have to do a slash. No. I'm not sure. I would ask Freeware, but he is driving in this race. Oh, and look like there's raindrops. So it's gonna be whoever gets out of the track out on track first is gonna have a massive advantage on pole because it is raining right now. So Domi, one of the first cars, he's gonna have a very good lap. We'll go aboard with him. Everyone rushing to get a lap done with the rain affected session. And now I definitely can't ask Freeware for help because he's also on lap right now, on a hot lap, trying to get a good qualifying start time. Apparently, Cotters has fallen asleep and left me by myself. Well, at least I have the chat with me to keep me company. So we're on board with Domi going up the hill right now, going down the straight, coming up to the chicane. You can see the raindrops coming down. This track, and some people were late to come out. Lucas Alvarez, Pookie, Gerson. The track's going to be very wet by the time they get to do their laps because of the long outlap around this track. Captain Miner, you can jump in here if you want. Just join the call. Or if you don't want to, that's cool. I'm doing it by myself. I'm all good. I'll just talk to the chat, I guess. So we're on board with Domi right now. You see the raindrops coming down. It depends. Whoever gets out fastest is the driver that's going to have the fastest time. And people who are late to come out, like Dason, who's on the outlap right now, are going to be in trouble. Yeah, I was at work today, earlier. Now we're here for Tier 2 action, even though the title says Tier 3. But this is Tier 2, and we are at Belgium for round 13th of the Season 6 Championship. Let's see what time Domi can do. And will anybody be able to beat him with the track wet? And there's some cars right behind him, like a Williams. I think that's Yaya. He does 145. See who we can go on board with. Freeware. Coming up through the bus stop chicane now. He named himself Fraudware, but I believe that he is not going to fraud this race. 144. Yeah, in provisional pole right now with the one massive 143. Almost 1 second clear of Remco. And the switching so fast it's hard to get a good car. But we'll go on board with Gian, who has no front wing. He has messed up his lap. Yep, my name is Gazier. I'm here by myself right now because my co-commentator, who has a race ban for this race, has fallen asleep in the middle of the evening. But we'll see. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to beat that lap, these laps with the track getting wet. And we're probably gonna be sitting here with no running, with people doing just wet weather laps soon for the rest of this qualifying session. Well, I'm here by myself. So that is gonna be amazing. I think Cotters is about to be fired from his role as commentator. He didn't show up to work today. Some action on the back straight as people getting out of the way. Let's go on board with Psycho. See what he's up to. In the McLaren car, getting a bit of a slipstream from the Red Bull ahead. Oh, and he goes completely off track. That's adding time to his lap. Freeware decides to retire to wait the 10 minutes until the race begins. Everyone in the pits right now. Except for Donny, who is on the lap right now, on softs. See how treacherous the track has gotten. It's starting to get wet. I see there's a puddles forming. I'm not sure if it's gonna be me entertaining you, Django. Are you not entertained enough? Oh, and DRS just got disabled. So yeah, I think soon we're just gonna see people doing practice wet weather running. Yeah, because Kentamayer, sometimes people they want to practice their wet weather running when it's like a qualifying like this, and they go out on the inters to just do practice laps. And I'm gonna be sitting here by myself with the chat. We'll be watching together. Donny decides it's too wet. Lucas still trying it, but it looks like he's very struggling a lot in the Mercedes because DRS is disabled right now, which means it's definitely intermediate tires. Domi and Luke are putting on the inters. Psycho as well. Remco retires from the session. Oh, and X Gerson GS spun in the pit lane. I had to think about it for a moment where he was from. I've never seen that angle. Yeah, he's gonna have to do a full 7 kilometer lap on the slick tires in the wet. Let's just stay on board with him. See how it goes. Oh, a bit of the DRS sign. He didn't like it, so he had to destroy it. Here, coming to the chicane out. This is gonna be sketchy braking. Wet track, dry tires. Oh, this is gonna be a bad section for the tires. They're not gonna make it through here. Surely he's gonna go sailing off. Yep, he's going sailing off to the left. There is no grip. Oh, and here goes the spin. Unfortunate for the Haas driver. He has some Inter drivers coming up behind him now. For it to be caught in this situation, and then this is the worst track to be caught out on slicks in the wet. He's at a 140 right now. I think he'll be at like 5 minutes by the time he gets in. DRS is disabled right now. So it is definitely Inter's. Looks like he has the flashing red fuel sign as well. Wonder if that means he's on low fuel mode. Or close to it, maybe. Coming into the bus stop chicane now. He's on full, going really fast for slick tires on a wet track. Here comes the braking. And he makes it. So, who should we go on board with? Luke Luke is an MRL OG. When I got here, he was a moderator. Now he's retired from that position, but back full-time driving in Tier 2 in the Aston Martin. Doing some practice laps now on the Inter tires. Got Domi right behind him. Domi, a current MRL moderator, actually. So we have the former moderator racing the current moderator. If they're even racing under. This is qualifying. Yellow flag somewhere? We have a spin. Turn 1. Who is that? This is the most exciting qualifying probably you will ever see. We have people just doing their practice laps right now that will have no effect on the starting order. This is basically going to be our starting order for the race. So we have Yaya starting from pole, followed by Remco, the second place in the championship. We have Feral Dude, who's the new driver Alfa Romeo, and we have the Tier 3 reserve beating his teammate Wisp, who is the championship leader. And Freeware has farted himself to P5. It was more about if you could get out and do the lap as soon as possible, because the track, it just started to rain as soon as this qualifying session began. Maybe we can get someone else to join me. This is Repeat coming into the pit lane. Basically, everyone is enjoying some wet weather practice right now. Psycho retiring, as well as Pookie, I think. Maybe not. Dason returning in the Mercedes after a long break from racing. Stream looks a bit choppy. I wonder why. Sorry, I wish I had more to say, but we're right now in a period where people are just doing the wet weather running, and no one is going to improve their times. It's kind of just waiting around for the race to start. If I was a better commentator, then I would have many different stories to tell you about all the drivers on the grid. X-Gersanji retiring from the session. See the championship leader in his Red Bull. He has a 44-point lead on Remco Van Putten, but he thinks, and Remco also thinks that it's not safe, even with 44-point advantage. Wisp is still worried. Maybe he can put a seal on the championship today if Remco has a bad race. Luke Cho retiring from the session. Donny as well. Looks like they will not be coming back out. I wish they would just all retire so that we could get going with the race. Here. Oh, looks like Feral Dude has crashed into the wall somehow. So we can just get on with the race, because I'm here by myself. Not much to talk about under qualifying where no one is improving their times. But they get to use the full 18 minutes however they like. And Domi going for a big Spinella. Oh, and he completely takes out one of the Red Bulls. I mean, the Mercedes. Normally, a crash like that in qualifying would be many, many penalty points. But right now, as it stands, no one was on an actual lap. They were just mostly messing around. So, I don't think Lucas will be too upset with that. But Domi spinning across the track, getting completely shunted by the Mercedes. Yeah, and I agree. This is probably the only rain weather practice they've done all week. But I actually don't even know if it's a rut race, because no one in the chat has said anything about the weather. I wonder, have the new Mercedes drivers, both making their debut for the team this week, Dason and Lucas Alvarez, have they been indoctrined into the Mercedes team by now? We're on board with Dason right now as it comes through the final sector. Someone named Bunker Baron, hello to you. There will be rain 15 to 30 minutes in. That will be exciting. So we'll get some change of tires. I appreciate everyone talking to me in the chat, giving me something to reply to. Because normally I would have Cotters with me, but he fell asleep. So as he sleeps, I'm here by myself. Tried to get Bido, but he didn't reply. So here's our qualifying order. We have the championship leader West starting P6, Yaya in P1, we have Remco P2, the Dutch driver. Should make for a thrilling start, especially because it's a dry to wet race. I just see Remco wrote this race is going to be fun to watch back until you realize that it's Ghazi solo comms. It's going to be horrible to watch back probably. Might have to just delete the VOD after. Everyone dialing in their strategies right now. Looks like we're probably going to see a lot of mediums, especially because the rain is coming at 15 to 30 minutes. So I think it's mediums to the inters. Definitely is a strat. It's very sunny right now, but the rain is going to come quick. And we're off on the formation lap. Once again, this is Tier 2 action from Belgium, round 13 of the Misfits Racing League Championship. My name is Ghazi. I'm here by myself. Well, not by myself. I'm here joined by everyone in the chat. Oh, let's take a look. Good suggestion. Oh, we have some soft takers even in the bottom too. Lucas and Gerson opting. I mean, Lucas and Psycho opting for the softs. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if the softs will make it to the rain. Depends when the rain's gonna come. It could come quickly. And then Psycho and Lucas made the right choice. But it's kind of a gamble. Feral Dude, one of the newest drivers of this grid, taking over in his beautiful Alfa Romeo. Warming up the tires. We have Freeware. He's frauded himself up to P5. Usually Tier 2 always brings the action, so I'm excited to see what will happen. An early safety car could make it and make the soft tires extend to the rain. And maybe safety car could make people go to inters maybe even earlier than they possibly could. Everyone lining up on the front straight now. And it's a very quick run to turn one at this track. Turn one is very close to the start finish line, and then boom, you're going up a very long hill and straight. Yeah, I remember that race when it rained on the formation lap. Four red lights, five red lights, and we're off. Yeah, leading them. It's a really good start for Remco, actually, though. He's Feral Dude getting overtaken by Arturo. And there's some bumping at the back, but it looks like everyone had made it through okay. We're going side by side up to the hill. Someone's gonna have to back out of that. And we have Feral Dude leading this group of train with Remco and Yaya. Remco going for the move on Yaya for the lead of this race. They're going side by side. Yaya opting to go slide in behind him, giving up the position, and Remco now leading the Belgian Grand Prix. A bit of bumping between the Red Bull and the Ferrari there. But it's mostly clean. No one has spun. A bit of bumping, but that was about it. It's always going to be bumping at turn 1 Belgium. But it looks clean. Everyone got still in a straight single fashion line right now. And I apologize for the laggy stream. Try to sort it out later. For AM Tier 2 later tonight. CR20. Will he go for it? The predicted pit stop strategy not taking into account for the rain. I think he's going to go for this move at the bus stop chicane. Feral Dude going defensive on the right side, but Arturo's going to send it anyway. Oh, and a bit of, there's not much space, but just enough for the Red Bull to stay alongside. Looks like Psycho has spun in the back. Or he boxed, he must have had wing damage from the start. Wisp and Arturo together now. Wonder if there'll be any team orders at Red Bull. Wisp with championship leader, and Arturo the tier 3 reserve. Oh, Axel is out of this race. He has crashed at Eau Rouge. Looks like there's a Ferrari at Pookie also involved. I'm sad we missed that. But it's going to be a VSC event. Oh, then there's the full safety car. I was about to say, how is that not a safety car when people die going up Eau Rouge? Axel and Pookie both out of this race. And I wonder if people are going to box now or just decide to stay out. Because the rain is coming. It's looming. I just had someone look at the radar. And you can see a big cloud coming at the circuit. It's going to be here very soon. We're under the safety car Delta right now. So it's gone a bit slower. Go to the helicopter cameras. Pookie, tell us what happened in the chat, because we missed it on stream. Looks like Psycho will be able to catch back up to the field now, after having a box lap 1 with the lap 2 safety car. Still, I wonder if there's going to be any team wars between Red Bull. Wisp is leading this championship. Oh no, Red Bull. I mean, the Ferrari got big caught up by Wisp's braking there. Yeah, deciding to box. Freeware as well. Donny going to the pit lane as well. We'll see which tires we're going to see. Mediums for the Ferrari. Softs for the AlphaTauri. Mediums going on this Williams. rest of the field. We have the order right now. Pretty interesting. Oh, the safety car is lagging. Look at that. It just lagged behind a bunch of cars. This is... Where is it? So P5 and up have passed the safety car. And P6 is now behind the safety car. And he just got the order. The safety car's going to have to wait for the rest of the field. We're going to be going another lap. Yes, the safety car joined the race for some reason. It's a bit strange. Yeah, it's a freaking safety car. Decided I'm gonna be a race car driver now. And I think it's Cody's our beta testing for F1 2023 when you'll be able to drive the supercars around the circuit. So they inserted a bit of a test. Like we did a beta test a few weeks ago to battle desync. Now this new beta is to test the GT cars, the supercars. So what's gonna happen is the safety car is gonna recollect the field, and we'll be going around again. Safety car waiting in sector 2 right now. And I appreciate everyone joining in the chat to talk to me. Normally I have a co-commentator with me, but he is sleeping right now, even though he said he would be here. So it's just us in the chat. Gives me something to talk about. Other than we're just forming up to the queue right now. A big accident up Eau Rouge, causing 2 cars to DNF from this race on lap 2. Let's take a look at what the order looks like now. How many positions? Yeah, lost a lot of positions because he boxed along with Freeware. Wonder if they have wing damage. Lucas Alvarez, though, has up 9 positions. And Gerson and Polypunk are also big winners. Mostly everyone has improved positions except for and Freeware. Go back to tires. I don't think we're going to be in this lap because Psycho's not catching it. So I think we'll be going around and we'll be restarting on lap 5. 3 laps under safety car of 22. Kind of disappointing. Normally the safety car glitches back like that when a host tabs out from the game. So I wonder if Domi did a bit of tabbing out. Either way, here we are under safety car conditions for 1 more lap. The whole field has caught up to it now. Remco will be leading this restart from Feral Dude. And I think my co-commentator is for sure going to be fired after this one for not showing up into work. I thought Connors would be awake because the whole day he was in the VC, and apparently he was just in VC but asleep. And I apologize once again for the laggy stream. I think I have to restart my PC or something. Should be fixed for AM Tier 2 later tonight. Everyone warming up their tires right now to get ready for this restart. And I wonder when the rain will come. It could come soon, it could come late. I was told a very large window of when the rain could come. 15 to 30 minutes from the race start. But this is good for the soft runners. They might have to box. Safety car coming in this lap. We'll see how Pharaoh Dude deals with it. And will he be able to stay close? And we'll see how the Red Bulls fare. Artuo is a tier 3 reserve, while Wisp behind him, the full-time driver, in a championship battle with Rebco right now. We'll see if there'll be any team orders at Red Bull. I don't know who to watch. Should we watch Feral Dude or should we watch the Red Bulls? Because I think the Red Bulls is going to be the action. And Remco has gone. Yeah, Remco, what a very clean restart. Feral Dude not even ready for it, so we'll just go with the Red Bulls. Who gets a good exit out of turn 1? That's the most important thing on the safety car restarts around Belgium. You need to have all the speed you can going up this hill. Wisp in his Red Bull battling his teammate. Let's go on board. Using the overtake, but he backs off of it. He definitely wants to get past Arturo, but he has no choice but to stay behind for now. Well, about Gian. Oh, and there's a bit of fighting back there. Let's go back. Freeware and Donny side by side. Freeware getting the move done. Psycho behind them. Looks like Donny's gonna go and stick his nose, and Freeware has no choice but to give him the room. Now both AlphaTauris. Oh, and a big spin from Psycho. He's in the wall. Definitely has some front wing damage. Donny going side by side with the AlphaTauri teammate. This is Reapy. Donny with both moves getting the Ferrari and taking advantage of those fresh soft tires. Let's go back to Wisp. Let's see how they're going. Wisp. We wanted to see the masterclass, but it's not happening so far. Right now, it's stuck behind Arturo. Oh, what a speed! Nothing. Arturo getting out of the way for him. And it looks like he's just going to let him by. Not trying to fight with Wisp. There was some... What a nice guy. He knows about the championship battle. Wisp in a fierce rivalry with Rebco. Trying to catch as many points as he can to keep the gap. Remco 44 points. 44 points behind Wisp right now in the championship. Luketra. A lot of team battles on the track right now. Red Bulls together. Aston Martin's together. Well, AlphaTauri was together until this is Reapy spun, I think. Wisp going side by side with Feral Dude. Here comes the masterclass. Let's see on board. Nothing Feral Dude can do about that. The massive pace. Did he spin? Oh no, it's Psycho that spun. Arturo now going to be next for Feral Dude. Feral Dude doesn't want to lose any more positions. It's going to be very defensive. Coming out of Puhan. It's even laggy on my game, like not even just the stream. Oh, sorry to everyone in the chat about that. Remco with a 2-second gap on Feral. I think the rain is coming very quick. Look, it's getting dark. I thought I saw a raindrop, but it was just a bit of screen tearing. And let's see. Can Arturo get past? Hey, yep, those are definite raindrops. Just as DRS is enabled. I see clear as day raindrops. Yeah, behind GM. Going side by side. The Williams getting past the Alfa Romeo. But GM going for the switchback. No, he's too far back. But he's going to have a massive run up the hill. Need to go to 13. Farrell dude with a massive move on Wisp. Oh, but Wisp is going to come back at him. He's made this move work already twice, but Farrell dude decides to defend on the inside. And around the outside in the Red Bull, Wisp goes sailing past the Alfa Romeo. It was a good try to defend, but nothing Farrell dude could do about that. Too much pace from the Swedish driver. Now, Wisp trying to catch back up with Remco. The more fighting he does with Farrell dude, the more the gap is building from Remco. He needs Wisp to spin or DNF to keep his championship alive, Remco. Because 44 points is a massive gap. See what Domi's doing behind the new Mercedes driver, Lucas. Lucia deciding to box for the Inters. Oh, a bunch of people going in. I wonder if they got the message already. Freeway deciding to stay out. I wonder if they got the message or they're just gambling and they think it's gonna be Inters now. But I think it's still a bit too early. DRS was just enabled. Normally you want to wait until DRS is disabled before you go on the intermediate tires. Oh, that... Lucas, what a move. I don't even know what was going on with the cameras there. Lucas into P5. Trying to watch the gaps to see if there is Inters. The gap to Lucia and Doni. This looks like it's stable right. Oh, there goes DRS. It's definitely Inters now. So they did pit at the right lap. Remco lost a lot of his gap. 1 second of his gap is gone. He was up 1.2 now. He's just up. He was up 2.5. Now he's just up 1.5. Yeah, everyone will be coming in this lap, Maxime. I agree with that. Domi going side by side with Lucas. Lucas gonna have to slot in behind the McLaren to get it to the pit lane. He was stuck on the outside there. He has no choice. Oh, and very wiggly Mercedes up ahead. Is anybody double stacking? Both the Red Bulls are double stacking. Is that correct? Lucia is in P3 now? And he's made the strategy call perfectly, gaining many positions. Wisp in clear air of Farrell dude now. Farrell dude falling back all the way to P6. Yaya and Dason having a massive pit stop, gaining many positions. Dason up into P4. The new full-time Mercedes driver. 5 spots ahead of his teammate. Remco, the gap is shrunk. Let's see the battle between the two championship contenders. He has that Alpine in his vision. He can see Remco now. And he can see the person he has to pass. Almost at the halfway point of this race. It's going to be wet till the end from here. Arturo doing very well for the Tier 3 reserve. Massive lockup. See, the Inters were not moving through the braking zone. Look how close he is to Farrell, dude. He's going to go for it. Oh, and look at the lockup. Both the tires completely stuck still. Massive lockup on both fronts. But he gets the move done on Farrell, dude. But Farrell, dude's not giving up. Oh, and Luke Church just crashed up Eau Rouge. We'll see it on the right-hand side now. In the wall, out of this race. It's just going to be a VSC. So Farrell, dude had a massive run on R2, but he was not able to complete it because of the VSC interrupting him. He was surely going to get the move done, but he had to back out of it. Luke Church crashing his Aston Martin coming up the hill. I'm not sure what happened, but Luke Church's in the wall. See Domi right behind Farrell, dude. I wonder if any drivers will get a drive-through under this VSC. This definitely, you have to keep an eye on the Delta. I have had that problem many times where I was not watching my Delta. Oh, and there you have it. Lucas's race ruined by speeding under safety car conditions. You have to keep it in the green. If you go red when it's ended, then you have to go drive through the pit lane, which at Belgium is a lot of time loss. Let's go to the championship battle. Wisp right behind Remco. Yeah, it's very sad for Mercedes. Lucas was having a great race. Here comes Wisp. Is he going to go for it before turn 1? No, I think he's going to stay behind and go for it up into... I don't even know what turn number... Oh, and there's big contact between them. Remco going slower than Wisp anticipated. Surely he goes for the move now. Yellow flag's behind. This is Reapy spun, I think. Will Wisp go for it into the chicane? Will he have enough space? No, he's gonna stay behind, at least for this lap. But he's liking the move around this right-hander. Maybe he'll go for it here. Remco with the very nice braking in the wet conditions. It definitely suit his driving. We'll stay back to the... And Dason has found himself a part of the lead for the battle for the lead of this race. Dason in his Mercedes, in his return to MRL. It would be very exciting to see him win this, but we'll have to see. A podium even would be great. Wisp come barreling down the straight right behind Remco. Oh, and he goes completely off track. That's definitely a warning. Using the battery. You could definitely use a lot of battery on this track because it recovers very easily under the many braking zones around the 7 kilometer long circuit. Oh, Gian with the massive spin and crash. Freeware going by him. Somehow that car is still intact. Like, you just saw what I saw, right? And that car was spinning, smashing into the wall. But with this game's damage model, it's all good. See Domi going for the move on Feral Dude. He's gonna go around, it becomes the inside, but Feral Dude's gonna hold it. On Domi with a massive speed. He had to slow down a bit to avoid hitting Feral Dude. Indestructible suspension on that Alfa Romeo. It's made of vibranium, or yeah, vibranium. That Alfa Romeo is. I just turned to Gian's cam and it was like, oh, we're spinning into the wall. Hello, PW Jones. Here by myself in the commentary with me and everyone else in the chat watching. With look how close he is right now. Will he go for it before the hill? And he's gonna go for the move for the lead of this race. But will Remco come back at him? And Dason lurking behind. Oh, Remco with a massive speed on Wisp. He even had to slow down a bit. Wisp about to get re-overtaken for the lead. Remco. Dason trying to pick up the pieces, and they're gonna arrive at the chicane. Remco staying ahead somehow. Oh, here comes Dason. Getting past Remco. And it's gonna be Dason's gonna go for the lead. Yeah, Dason's gonna go for the lead of this race. With sticking around the inside. With leading this race right now. Dason P2. Remco P3. Look at this battle for the lead. I don't even know who's gonna come out in the lead. Hello, Paula. Remco coming back at the Red Bull. Going side by side with Dason. Dason's not going to give this up. Dason, one of the cleanest drivers in MRL. We have yellow flags behind. We lost. I think this is Reapy. But we'll keep following this battle up ahead. Dason and Remco in a fierce battle for this podium, for the podium positions. What action on this lap? Lap 14. And I appreciate everyone in the chat talking and giving me stuff to reply to. Because Cotters is not here today. Even though he said he would be. So he's fired now. But we'll see what happens. Will they be the same order next time they come across the line? Or will these top three exchange again? We have Wisp leading from Remco, leading from Dason. And Yaya coming up to join the party soon too. They need to not make a mistake. It's very, like, they're battling so hard. One mistake could easily cost them. Jason, though, has nothing to lose. The championship battle is between Wisp and Remco, and Yaya behind in fourth. But Jason has nothing, no involvement. All he is here is to try to win the race and spoil their party. Wisp, Remco completely on the grass there, using every inch of the track, even the grassy parts. And this is Reapy retiring in the pit lane. Donny also pitting, so AlphaTauri. He might get blocked by his teammate. Maybe we'll take a look. Oh no, he's good. Some message just came up. Someone left the session, I guess. Went away so fast. Remco, look at this. He's gonna go for the move. It's the bust off chicane. Wisp defending the inside, but Remco's gonna switch and go sailing down the inside, but it's not enough. Oh, and there's contact. A bit of a dirty move there. He's gonna have to give that back. Wisp got all out of shape. And contact between them. Again. You can't really push the driver ahead and then go for the overtake. Even if you didn't mean to do it. Remco gonna go for the move right here. But Wisp is extremely defensive now. Obviously ticked off about the earlier contact. The battle has just escalated. Oh, and there goes Remco. Hup, I told you guys. The battle has escalated. And once you start pushing, then even if the push was an accident, then there's no more respect. And there goes Remco. But now it's Wiz leading from Dason, leading from Yaya. Domi looking at the back of Arturo. I don't even know what caused that incident between Remco and Wisp. Like, Remco sent it on Wisp, and Wisp was just trying to make the corner. I'm not sure. The stewards will look at it after the race and decide. Even if, like, I saw it, like, right now, I still wouldn't know. Because I'm not a steward. So here we have Domi in the McLaren, right behind Arturo. It was an exciting battle at the front, but now a bit of a gap is formed, so I guess we'll follow Domi. Arturo, the tier 3 reserve, getting a much better exit than Domi did. Domi all wiggly out of there. Let's go back on board. Arturo is still gonna be able to hold the position, I think. That's such a massive distance between the two cars. Looks like it's gonna be probably in formation like this until the end of this race. I'm disappointed to see Remco go for the spin. It was an exciting battle for the front, especially with the championship on the line. But now Remco, he's down in P4 still. He might be able to catch back up to the front before the end of this race. We don't know who might be penalized. Penalties may affect the race after. So you got to try to win it and then just hope that no penalties affect it. Dason in his long-awaited return to MRL, catching behind Wisp right now. But Wisp, he's very adamant to try to get as many championship points as he can because he wants to secure the championship. He does not want to give Remco any room to win this. So I don't think he's going to be giving up this position to Dason anytime soon. Dason's going to have to win it on racing. See Domi. One of the cleaner races from Domi in a while. Oh, we have yellow flags. Donny is out in the wall. DNF from this race. It could be safety car. Yay, a safety car. Let's go. I was kind of a bit worried that we would have these gaps for the rest of the race. and I would be here by myself, like with gaps and no action. But the safety car will bring them all together, and we have been saved, everyone. Now we'll get some action. Remco will be able to go for the lead again. This is perfect. Will anybody box for fresh inters? Zero energy into commentating. I sound like I have zero energy right now. I don't know about that. I think I'm pretty active. I don't know. Maybe this is actually my first time ever solo commentating. Usually I have Bido to carry for me or Captain Binder to carry the commentary. And normally there would be someone with me, but he just fell into a coma and he will be fired. So I appreciate everyone in the chat who's chatting along. I don't get the feedback level. Like, I don't get how it's like, what's no energy? Like, I think I'm being pretty energetic, but doesn't matter. Yeah, yeah. The race right now, we have Wisp and Dason leading. Yeah, yeah, and P3. Some people, nobody going for the pit lane. Everyone going to go to the last 4 laps on the same set of inters. It could be, I don't think Gian will be able to catch this grid before the next lap ends. So we could be going green at the end of lap 20. So we'll have lap 21 and 22, only 2 laps of green flag running. Well, Lovell, no one can be on the level of Striff or Uni. That's a bit of an unfair comparison. They are the commentary goats, and like that's like saying like, oh well, he's not Messi. He doesn't play football like Messi, like so it's not good. But yeah, you think it's gonna come out at the end of this lap? I thought it needs like 2 laps of green flag it can do, but maybe it might come in at the end of this lap. Like 2 laps of green flag running is the minimum. So like at the end of lap 20 it'll come in. Well, Striff and Uni, I think they had to start somewhere, so maybe one day I'll be as good as them, but probably not. It's going to be a very exciting finish to the race, though. Remco is going to want his revenge after being spun out by, I don't know, after spinning out earlier, and Dason going for the win in his return. Yaya, who always wants to win. And also we have Artuo, the Tier 3 reserve. Can he get on the podium in Tier 2? That'd be a great finish for him. Yeah, I have a bit of a dry throat, but it's okay. Who has fastest lap? I don't know. Let's see the restart. Oh, is that restarting it? How do you even check? Yeah, I don't know how to check. So, it is a mystery. We'll find out at the end of the race who is the fastest lap. Because also, it happened during the soft runnings. So it was a long time ago. There's been a lot of action since then. Remco currently has the fastest lap, and he's going to stay like that because it'll be raining until the end of this race. No one's going to beat that 145. And the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. Gian retiring his car in the box. Oh, I actually turned the overlay on. Thank you for telling me. Sorry about that. You see the restart from Wisp with Dason coming P2 behind him. Anything can happen in the last 2 laps, Kato. It's a 7 kilometer long circuit. In 2 laps, so that's 14 kilometers. It's a long circuit, long stretch. And one spin, and you'll be boom, last place. So you definitely don't want to spin now. And you don't want to get a penalty right now. Oh, let's get the gaps back. There we go. Safety car in this lap. Yeah, Psycho on the fresh enters. He could gain some spots. The safety car going off. Goodbye, safety car. We won't need you until later tonight for AM Tier 2. Look how close this grid is. Waiting for Wisp to go. Wisp is really backing them up. Almost a spin from Dason there. Wisp still has not gone. He's gonna wait till after the chicane. He goes for a really wide. I thought he was going into the pit lane for a moment. Oh, we have a spin, but a reset to track from Feral Dude. Oh, big contact between the Mercedes and the Williams. Remco losing out. Yaya overtaking them. And they're gonna go side by side up the hill. Who's gonna back out? Oh, this is gonna be bad. Wisp clear of everyone. But Yaya and Dason in a fierce battle for the last few podium positions. Remco wanting to stick his Alpine there. And a bit of contact, Yaya being pushed off. And it's going to give room for Remco to go by. Remco not having enough speed to get past them. Yellow flies again. It's Feral Dude spinning. And Arturo still trying to get ahead, but stuck. And it looks like the gap is growing even larger from Wisp to Jason. Jason has to hold on for P2. He's got Yaya behind, Remco also behind. Just hold on for one more lap. And Wisp told us earlier for the whole week that he was going to give us the Wisp Masterclass. And we're definitely seeing it now. With a massive gap. Only has one more lap to go before he wins this race. Oh, big contact between the Williams and Mercedes there. The battery going red for a moment for Remco. And this is Remco's last chance up the hill. Let's see what he can do. A massive gap between him and Yaya. And there's Wisp off in the distance. Yaya going off track again. He could get a warning from this and could get a penalty if he keeps doing it. No contact between Yaya and Dason. Oh, a big counter steer moment, but he collects the car, and I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything. Yeah, too far ahead. He's gonna have to settle for P4. Farrell Jude retiring from the session in the pit lane. Wisp only has a few more corners to go. Coming to the Sector 2 timing line. Oh, and Psycho has spun into the wall. He is out of this race. So the new and fresh enters are not going to help him gain any positions. Dason, though, in this return to MRL. Oh, and Remco just took a 3-second penalty. That's it for him. GG. Unfortunate, but let's see Wisp, who's going to come across the line now. Coming through the final 2 quarters now to win the Belgian Grand Prix, followed by Dason, followed by Yaya Goat. What a podium. Remco coming in P4, but he's going to lose 4 positions. Arturo passing him. Domi coming P5. Polypunk, the driver of the day. Congrats to them. Dason said he'd be very rusty and slow on his debut, but he's actually got himself into P2. And what a race. Polypunk in P6, Freeware P7, Remco coming in P8, MBS the reserve, Lucas in his Mercedes debut coming P10, the rest DNF from the race. It was a very exciting race. We had 10 finishers, 10 DNFs. And we'll be back later tonight for America's Tier 2 action in 3.5 hours from 3 hours and 45 minutes from now. And it'll be a very exciting race. Well, I can't wait to see you all then. And we'll be back tomorrow as well for Tier 1 action at 10 o'clock Central Europe time. I want to say a quick thank you to everyone in the chat for showing up and chatting today. And I really appreciate it. Emerald really appreciates all the support. Thank you once again.